Hello crochet friends, welcome to Crazy Cool Crochet. This is Sylvia coming to you today with this tutorial for a special occasion shawl. And I originally had planned to do this as a wedding shawl, but I'm not about to get myself into a wedding dress to model this. So yeah, I am way beyond a wedding dress. So I decided to just go ahead and call it a special occasion shawl, which of course can double as a wedding shawl. Now before I get started, I do want to give credit to Tiara Lace Crochets. Really pretty. It's very lightweight. I used a number 2 yarn specifically to keep it light and flowy. And it only took 2 of these little bitty skeins. This is from Hobby Lobby. It's really the only place that I have found locally for me for a really nice number 2 yarn. And this one has like a little bit of a sheen, which of course elevates the whole look. And special occasion, you want to keep it really beautiful. So these two, well, each of these is 4 ounces or 312 yards. So it only takes 2. And this is a one size fits most. You can very easily make this wider, longer, whatever you want. And I do include that detail with the multiple in the tutorial. So of course, in addition to the yarn, I used a 4.25 millimeter hook, scissors, and a measuring tape would come in handy. Oh, please be sure to watch all the way to the end because I've got a special announcement at the very end. So you'll want to watch for that. So I will be working from a small swatch. I've got 20 chains here. For the actual shawl, you're going to chain 248. Don't panic. The first row is all half double crochets, very easy. And then after that, we skip a whole bunch all the way down the line. So it goes a lot faster than you would think. The length of my shawl is 67 inches. If you want to adjust the size to a different length, use a multiple of 6 plus 2. So for this chain of 20, I had a multiple, or I had 18 chains, which is a multiple of 6, and then the 2 additional took me to 20. So now we're going to work those half double crochets beginning in the 3rd chain from the hook. So we're skipping the first 2 chains. And then regular old half double crochet all the way across in each chain. At the end of your half double crochet row, you should have 246 half double crochets. Then turn. No chaining at the end, just turn. Now single crochet in the first stitch and chain 3. Skip 2 stitches. In the 3rd, do a double crochet. Chain 1, in the same stitch, do another double crochet. And you can see we've actually formed a V-stitch. Chain 3, skip 2, single in the next stitch, chain 3, skip 2, work another V-stitch, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the same stitch, chain 3, skip 2, single crochet in the next, chain 3, skip 2, double crochet in the next stitch for your V-stitch, chain 1, double crochet in the same stitch, chain 3, single crochet into the turning chain, so of course you will work that all the way to the end. Now for row 3, again we're going to just turn at the end of row 2, no chaining. Now we're going to work slip stitches in each chain and into the top of that first double crochet of that V-stitch, slip stitch into there. Okay, so slip stitch into each chain, and there I am at the top of that double crochet, slip stitch. There we go. Now into the center of that V-stitch, into that chain 1 space, single crochet. Now chain 5. Single crochet in the same space. Chain 7. Single crochet in the same space. Chain 5. Single crochet in the same space again. So there's our first little clover or flower. So that was a chain 5, single, chain 7, single, chain 5, single. Now chain 4. Now skip all the way over to the next V-stitch. You're skipping that single crochet there, skipping those chains, all the way into the next V-stitch, into the center, do a single crochet, chain 5. Single crochet in the same space, chain 7. Single crochet in the same space, chain 5. Single crochet in the same space. Cute, huh? Chain 4. Oops, 3, 4. Skip over to the next V-stitch for a single and chain 5. Single in the same space, chain 7. Single in the same space, chain 5. Single in the same space. Now here's where we're going to end it. At your last V-stitch of your row, of your panel, slip stitch into that chain right next to that V-stitch. Slip stitch. And then we're going to cut it off. So do a chain and then cut off the yarn. Then bring it through and tighten it. There we go. Now we will begin to work on the mesh body. So this is now facing right side up, and we are going to be working along the half double crochet row. So we need to turn this upside down, keep it right side facing up, facing towards you. Now we're going to attach the yarn at the cornermost stitch. With a chain. And then we're going to do 4 more chains. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to skip over to the 4th stitch from the edge. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're skipping 3. Going into the 4th for a single crochet. Chain 5. Skip 3. 1, 2, 3, work into the 4th stitch. Single crochet. Chain 5. 5, skip 3, into the 4th, single crochet. Chain 5. Skip 3, into the 4th, single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And actually that's at the end of that half double crochet row. So I'm going to skip over 1 more. I'm going to undo that. Let me go all the way to the end here to enter my single crochet. And it's okay if you skipped a little bit more here. Make it work. This does not need to be exact. This is very forgiving. Chain 5. Turn. Now single crochet into that first large space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet into the next large space. 2, 3, 4, 5, and continue across. There's your last one. Go right into that center again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and turn. And repeat. It's already very pretty. And that's it. That's all you do for the rest of the panel. Chain 5, single crochet. Chain 5, single crochet. Whoops. And into the last one, just go right into that center again. There you go. Okay, now I am back to the original color so that I can show you the actual shawl. Now the width came out to 15 inches, and that's not counting the flower rows. So just the mesh rows was 15 inches long. And then when it's actually on the body, it stretches quite a lot. So you'll get at least another 2 or 3 inches out of it. So if you want to adjust the length, go for it. Just keep making more rows. Now, I decided for a really pretty finishing touch to put the flowers or the clovers on the short edges also. So on this short edge and the opposite short edge, I added the clovers. The top is left blank at this point. If you want to, you can go back and add a row of half double crochets. I don't think it's necessary, or even a row of single crochets. Okay, now I will admit that the clovers and the flowers, they don't really show up very well. And this is, you know, they're all kind of crooked and funny looking, but you can block these, of course, using your preferred method of blocking. Now, the way I block things on the rare occasions when I do block something, I use a steam iron. So what I do is I place a pillowcase on top of the work. And you do want to do a little test swatch first. So test this before you go full force. And I do have a complete video tutorial on how to do that. I will link that video in the description box below this video. You have to open it up and find the link for that video. But just real quick, I place the pillowcase on top. I squirt it with some water, the pillowcase, and then I use a steam iron, hold it about an inch over the work, steam it. I press it down with my fingers. Sometimes for a really stubborn piece, and depending on the yarn, I will just go ahead and put the iron right on the pillowcase. And I have never had any kind of a mishap. I never had any melting of the yarn or anything like that. But just to be on the safe side, do a little test first. Okay, now to do the clovers or the flowers on the short edge, have this right side facing you, attach the yarn. Remember, however, you do need to use a multiple of 6 when you're doing the first row of the half double crochets. Work it out so that it's a multiple of 6. So the way I manage that multiple of 6, I started into that first, I skipped over to that first, it looks like a V now, like a giant V. I attached the yarn and then chained 2, and then I did 2 half double crochets. So in the end, you've got the count of 3. And then I skipped over to the next big space. Okay, so skip that and go over to the next edge space. 3 half double crochets. Skip over to the next edge, large space, 3 double crochets. Skip over, 3 double crochets. So you see where you're skipping this like joining stitch here, for lack of a better word, and working into that big space. Okay, so skip that and work into these that look like V's. Okay, so just make sure that when you get to the end, you're at a number that is an even number and it's a multiple of 6. Okay, so the way it worked out for me on the first side, I ended up with, here we go, there's my half double crochets right there. So I ended up with 60 half double crochets. So I worked 3, 3, 3, 3 half double crochets until I had my count of 60, which was a multiple of 6. And then I continued in the pattern. So you might want to count ahead before you start. Okay, so I'll probably attach the yarn right here and then start working. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, so 18 would be a multiple of 6. So this is where I'll have to stop. So to clarify a little bit better, the multiple. So if I go into 18 spaces, I've got 3 half double crochets times 18 spaces. So 3 times 18 was 54, which is a multiple of 6. So that's where I would need to stop. Okay, a quick little interruption to our regularly scheduled tutorial to ask you for a favor. I am trying to get Crazy Cool Crochet to 100,000 subscribers. Since I started this channel, I have been hoping for the silver plaque, the coveted silver plaque that YouTube awards to channels that make it to 100,000 subscribers. I've been doing this for 7 or 8 years now, and at that rate, it's going to take me several more years to get to 100,000 subscribers. And guys, I don't know that I have several more years in me. Those of you who are not subscribed, please, 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 please do subscribe right now. Click that little red button. Thank you.